Hey everybody, how's it going, and welcome to another vlog. So I'm actually going to try to record this vlog with the, Cyberlink program that I use to deal with my webcam videos thingy, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have that in front of me, and I'm going to try to do this vlog with that in front of me and stare into the camera and hope that I can do it well, because this thing being down here, like I'm looking at it on purpose right now, but this thing being down here can be very distracting for me for a lot of reasons. So anyways, moving on from that, I do have a lot of channel updates for you guys. So first one, which I think is probably the biggest update, is next Saturday will be the very last episode of Let's Play with Clay, and I wanted to talk about this in episode 19, but Movie Maker just wouldn't recognize my microphone, and I'm still new to Sony Vegas, so I couldn't figure out how to record commentary with it. I know there's a way to do it, I just couldn't figure it out, and I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night, I'm too tired for this. I'm not looking up tutorials, because trying to look up a tutorial on YouTube, there's like a 90% chance that I will not find a decent tutorial. So I was like, okay, no. Why is it blurry? My webcam, oh god, this thing always gets so blurry like this. Like if I stay perfectly still, it's fine. Like, see how it gets a little bit sharper there? The instant I start moving, it gets like angry and blurry. I don't understand why it does that. That's so bizarre to me. But anyways, maybe it's because is it focusing on my hands more? I think it is. Yeah, I think it's focusing on my hands more than, me. And I can't wear a black shirt or a white shirt while I use this webcam because it will get so angry. Anyways, so, moving on for that, basically, next week on Saturday, episode 20 of season 3 is going to be the very last episode of Let's Play with Clay, and it's really somber because I love that series. Don't think that I don't, because I do. But I also know that I need to put it to a close. But it's like, there's a part of me that really doesn't want to because of the 1.12 update, but there's not, I can't design a 4th season around concrete blocks and dyeable beds and parrots. I mean, they're wonderful things, and I'm thrilled that they are being added, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with those things. And of all the mods that I am using for the current modded survival series, if they are all updated to 1.12, which I doubt, but if they are, then I will upgrade that series to 1.12, reinstall all of those mods, which is going to be very interesting, and then I will, go on from there, because I would love to have a pet parrot. I mean, I've already got, let's see, well, you guys haven't actually gotten to that, or have you? No, you have, actually. Well, at this point in the series, what you know so far is that I have a desert tortoise and 2 pet turtles, and there are more pets coming, because me and pets in Minecraft are a thing. I love having pets in Minecraft, and it has always pissed me off that the only pets we can really have are a cat and a dog, and that's it. It's like, that's so stupid. First of all, we need to have turtles and like other reptiles, which is another thing too. I'm noticing that with the reptile mod, like, reptiles spawn in new chunks, but they don't spawn again in old chunks. I don't know why that happens. It's strange, but it's not that big of a deal because I have the pets that I want. So, I mean, it ruins the ambiance a little bit, but I'm not going to remove the mod because I'm going to remove my pets, and I don't want to do that. But in any case, so yeah, but again, Let's Play with Clay, it's going to end. So, yeah, the next episode will actually be a Ender Dragon battle. It'll be the very last Ender Dragon battle for that series. And yeah, so I really love that strategy that I've come up with. I'm very proud of it. I haven't looked up any like strategy videos about it. I literally have not looked up any videos from anyone ever about how to beat the Ender Dragon. I've completely tackled that on my own, on purpose, because I didn't want to make it seem like I just couldn't do it or something like that, so I had to look it up. It's like, I will figure this out on my own. As frustrating as it is, and as poorly designed as this battle may be, I will figure it out on my own. There's gotta be a way to win this. So it's like, yeah. So that's kind of what I went through. But anyways, God, I'm getting blurrier the more I move. this webcam is like very naughty. Like when I record, I just want to point that out. When I record with D3D gear, it's fine. When I record with Cyberlink, that's where the problems happen, which makes me wonder if it's Cyberlink. So I may look up new webcam software because I don't think these two things are compatible with each other. So, anyways, I guess it's distracting. I can't tolerate it anymore. So, anyways, yeah, that's not gonna work. So, anyways, what other updates? Oh, the other update I need to give you guys is, well, there's two more actually. The Pokemon Snap and Soul Calibur 2 series are going to end now because Pokemon Snap is not bringing any traffic to my channel. And Soul Calibur 2 is not really bringing traffic to my channel anymore either. Like, the Talum video and the Yunsung video and Nightmare, that, and even Taki, those videos brought traffic, but every other character that I've done since then, not so much. Like, the Link video, kind of, but that was more for Christina's happiness, because, and nostalgia, because Link. But, yeah, so anyways, those series are gonna have to end. In addition to that, what was I gonna say? So, I am starting a Minecraft Realms account, or getting a Minecraft Realms account and starting a server. A private server for myself and my friends, and it will be basically Minecraft with Friends Season 2. I was trying to come up with another name, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna call it Minecraft with Friends Season 2. Minecraft with Friends did really well on this channel, and unfortunately that series just couldn't continue because it wasn't my server, and a lot of the people who were playing on the server, including myself, we actually lost interest, and a lot of it had to do with the 1.10 update. But now with 1.11 and 1.12 coming soon, that will basically make everything feel a little bit better. So that's what we did. So anyways, or that's what we will do. So a lot of my friends have been invited. I invited Christina. I invited a lot of the people who were on the server in the past, like Grim Thistle and Natalie will be returning, and there's a couple other friends of theirs who I haven't actually spoken to yet who will also be joining in. And that's really it in terms of people who were on the old server. I haven't contacted anybody else because I don't really have contacts for those people, but also because there were a couple people, and I'm not going to name names, but there were a couple people who were on the previous server who I think were using the X-ray mod, which technically is cheating. It's considered a hack. I mean, it's a mod, but it's considered a hack. And I actually have a rule now with this server that there are no mods that people are allowed to use other than ones that I, as the server administrator, install. Because if I can figure out how to install the Terrachaos mod, I will install it. So we can all use it, because it is a beautiful mod. I love it, and I want to use it. There's nothing more fun than using a mod in multiplayer. Like, I want to try that out so much, and Terrachaos is just gorgeous. I absolutely love that mod. So yeah, and it doesn't, I mean, it has its own, like, API and everything, but Terrachaos is not, like, a heavy mod or anything like that, so I think it should be fine for everybody in terms of, like, their CPU usage and all that. So anyways, I'm so excited for Minecraft with Friends coming back. You have no idea. There are other people who I would like to be involved, but we're going to keep this among friends. There are some YouTubers who I've contacted. I haven't heard anything back from anybody, so I'm not going to make any promises about who may or may not show up. I will say that there are people like Red Riot, who I met at PAX, who I contacted. I did talk to him a little bit when we were talking face-to-face about the possibility of collaborating, and if I remember right, he did mention to me that he does like Minecraft, so maybe, hopefully, I could get him on this server because he's absolutely hilarious, and it would be so much fun to have a guy like him on this server, because I can tell he's probably a prankster, and I'm gonna have a grand old time screwing with him. Like, I mean, it was fun for, like, me and Christina to mess with each other, but I want to mess with other people, too. Because there wasn't really anybody else on the server who I could prank other than Christina. So, I want to prank multiple people, because you guys know how I am. I'm terrible. And it's funny because I don't like it in like real life when people play pranks on me, but in games it's the best. Cause then it's funny. Like in real life it's not funny. It just isn't. I've had bad experiences with pranks, so, and I'm not into like the pranking stuff and whatnot. I especially do not like pranking videos, but that's like a whole other topic for a whole other day. Anyways, so I contacted him. I also contacted Mumbo Jumbo, but that's a shot in the dark because I know he's on Hermitcraft and there's a lot of other things that he does, so he probably does not have the time to devote himself to a server being run by somebody with 245 subscribers. So that's probably not going to work out, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, I would love to have somebody on the server who is amazing at Redstone because we could use a Redstone guy because as of right now, I'm probably the only person who has any experience with Redstone, and I'm not that good. Christina probably understands it better than me at this point because with everything related to games, Christina is like a walking video game encyclopedia. Like, you can play a game for years, and then Christina can pick it up and figure the game out in like a few weeks and be better than you ever were. And I'm not saying that's bad or criticizing that because I think it's a wonderful ability. It's to me it's like on the level of like some kind of savant ability, but it's like I could never do that. So she probably knows more than me at this point. That's fine. I would prefer that she did. Um, I don't like to be the smartest person ever. That's weird to me. But anyways, that's besides the point. So those are all the updates that I have for you guys. Now to finally talk about PAX. So this is obviously going to be a longer vlog than actually all my vlogs are long. I was going to say this is going to be a longer vlog than I normally do. No, this is the way I am. So anyways, I will definitely say this. PAX was amazing. And I will definitely go back next year, and I want to try, if I can get the time off from work to do it, to try to go for all 3 days or for at least 2 days, definitely stay overnight and be able to be there as much as possible and take advantage of all the different things that they have scheduled throughout the day. One thing that I will definitely say though, in comparison to years past, not that I've ever been to any PAXs previously because this is my first PAX ever, and PAX East is like the only PAX I'm ever going to go to because I'm not flying across the country to like PAX West or PAX Prime or anything like that, but definitely underwhelming in comparison to the things that I've seen featured. Like when it came to VR and the kind of technologies that normally get showcased at PAX events, I was very underwhelmed. There was only one game that I saw that was extremely interesting, and it was a game called Thumper, and I liked the idea of it, but when I tried to test that game, I could only tolerate the VR headset for about 10 seconds before it was like, this is a sensory overload that will send me into a meltdown because of how intense it is. It's like I cannot handle that. And there was a guy that before I tested it, there was a guy who had been playing it for like ever, and he was really great. And it's like, how do you tolerate that for that long? It's like that can't possibly be good for somebody's vision. It was like, mm-mm. So like, and not like a nauseating or dizzying feeling or anything like that. It was like, this is a sensory overload. My eyes cannot handle this. It's like, you guys don't understand. My vision is too good. Like, I don't have like the perfect 20/20 kind of vision. I have vision that like sees colors really, really brightly. So what's like bright for you is like 10 times brighter for me. So for me, it was like, it's going to give me a very bad migraine if I do this any longer. But I also got to test play a game called Inner Space, and talking to the developers of that game while I was waiting to play it was so much fun. They were such cool guys, and they were so proud of what they had done, and that was what was so endearing, because it's like they put so much time and effort into it. And I mean, the first guy I spoke to didn't have the greatest personality in the world. He wasn't quite so friendly, but, and not like rude or anything like that, because he was not rude, but he was not somebody that you could have a long, colloquial, happy-go-lucky conversation with. Like, he was very, like, deeply introverted to the point where not the kind of introvert who can be lively with another person, like the quiet introvert who really doesn't know what to say half the time. That's the vibe that I got, and that's him, and that's fine, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him, because there isn't. But it was just like, he wasn't as easy to talk to, but the other two guys, oh my god, they were so much fun. when I was talking to the one of the art designers for the game, I don't remember what his name was, and I feel really bad for not remembering his name or the other guy's name. But when we were talking about the colors, I'd said to him, it's so colorful, and he's like, that was a big deal to me, was the color, and it looked gorgeous. I mean, the color alone is just amazing. As a matter of fact, I actually have a pin here of, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because my webcam is being so blurry right now, but that was the free pin that I got for the game, and that's basically that's the plane that you fly, and it is a flying game, and you're in like a spherical outer space type environment where everything is very warped, and the way that you actually work the camera and the controls is very unique, but it's easy to learn. Like when games have complicated controls, I tend to get very irritated by it. But wow, this got blurry. Anyways, but with this, it wasn't. I think I know why. Hey, you. Maybe if I just put my face like really close to the camera. Hello, everybody. And then move back. That kind of helped a little bit. Let me make some adjustments. Noise reduction. Oh, that made it blurrier. Sharpness. No, that didn't make a difference. Contrast. Oh God, now here we'll make me demonic. So yeah, that's bad. Let's not do that, okay? Uh, Brightness down a little bit. No, that's bad. Up there. We kind of. Maybe not. Like, if I turn my head to this side, it's fine. For some reason, it likes this side of my face, but the second I look straight on at the camera, it doesn't like me anymore. That's very interesting. Yeah, okay. Auto lighting does not help. Auto lighting makes it worse. Lower contrast? Here, noise reduction? No. Is it too sharp? No, I'm just... Yeah, turn off the auto lighting. We don't like that. That's bad. Yeah, I think this webcam kind of sucks. So anyways, yeah, so I don't know. Anyways, whatever, as long as you guys can hear me, I guess that's what's important. So anyways, yeah, it was just, Inner Space was like so much fun to play. And there were other games that I tested out, but that was really the one that stood out to me the most. Like, I saw Snake Pass, and I thought it was interesting, but I could tell from the controls that was a game that was just like, nope, that's going to be a pain in the ass. The people who were playing it looked like they were uncomfortably frustrated by it, too. Colorful game, very creative, but that didn't look fun. I did not go to any panels. The only meet and greet that I went to was when I met Red Riot, Candy Mundi, and Pantsar Dragon, and there was another guy with him, but I don't remember what his YouTube channel name was. But they gave me their cards too, by the way, which are pretty hilarious. I have them sitting here too, actually. Candy Mundi's card is just kind of rainbowy, but I love Red Riot's because it's a bunch of waffles with like sunglasses on them, and it just says there, embrace the weird. And he is definitely weird, but it's the good kind of weird. Like, there's the bad weird, and then there's the good weird, and he's the good weird. So, they were definitely very interesting guys, and I mean interesting in a good way. A lot of fun to talk to. They're gamers who you can talk to about gaming, which is hard to find because a lot of gamers on YouTube aren't really the kinds of like traditional gamers that you see who will talk about gaming and the concepts of gaming and the feeling of making gaming videos and making fun of games, because people from certain generations get a kick out of just being a total asshole at a game and being completely stupid for fun, because that's the fun of a game, when you just do absolutely ass balls things for no reason other than to just have fun. And to totally screw around with your friends and poke fun at games. Like, I love poking fun at games and poking fun at the way that I play games. And we were all talking about that. And the fact that, like, myself and these guys all have that philosophy of poking fun at ourselves and not taking ourselves too seriously, felt really good. Like, we had a common ground, and I really liked that, and I enjoyed it because it was like, I get these guys, and they kind of get me. And that's cool. I mean, they don't play the same games as me necessarily, but it's still really nice to talk to them. So I don't know if I'd ever be able to collaborate with these guys because it's like they all play League of Legends and I have no interest in League of Legends. I mean, I'm pretty open minded to games, but multiplayer RPGs just annoy the shit out of me. I hate them. I don't like those types of games, when it comes to League of Legends and World of Warcraft and every other kind of like RPG thing. I'm just not into that. And when it comes to like the tabletop RPGs, I really felt like at PAX there was too much of that. It's like every time I turned around, I was finding a Magic the Gathering knockoff, and it's like I don't want to see this crap. It amazes me that people still play those games, because I really don't understand why people play those games. Because to me, they are boring. I really don't get why guys are so into those things because they are boring. And why is so much of PAX devoted to that? Who plays that? I mean, when I was talking to the people at Crown of Exile and everything, which is where I got like the $80 EV plushie. Anyways, I know it's expensive. I don't care. Their game did seem very interesting, but it seemed like if you took Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon and combined it all together, that would be Crown of Exile. To me, it was like a whole bunch of things combined together, but not anything new. Now, again, it did seem very interesting, and I liked talking to the people about their game, but I was like, okay, so what's the point? And I just, I wasn't into it. Like, really, the only tabletop RPG slash competitive card game that I've ever been into is Magic the Gathering, and that was back when I was a student at Gateway because everybody I knew was playing it and I wanted to try it and I realized that I really liked it. And I still have my destruction deck sitting around somewhere in this house. I think it's packed in a box because I haven't played MTG with anybody in a long, long, long time because I don't know anybody now who actually plays the game. But like, I still have my destruction deck and I'm still looking for cards to put into that deck and still perfecting that deck because I was trying to turn it into a tournament deck. And I don't know why, because I had no plans to go to a tournament, but I think I remember what it was. Yeah, back then a guy I was friends with at the time, he had a deck that was all like legendary dragons and like other, dragon cards and everything, and I was like determined to beat his deck because it was such a powerful deck. Like, it was a tournament deck, and I think my thing was I just wanted to defeat him. And the deck that I had made, it took him a little bit longer to destroy me than like other people. Not that much longer, like I think 5 minutes longer, but it still took him a little bit more time. So it's like, I think I see how I can beat this. But I haven't spoken to him in like a year or so. We don't hang out anymore. I don't hang out with anybody from that group anymore. But anyways, that's besides the point. It's like I couldn't stand it with all the tabletop RPG stuff, and it's not like a personal taste of mine. It's like I see it and I'm like, if I spend that amount of money on PAX, I am not going to spend the entire time sitting at a table playing cards with a bunch of other guys. To me, that is a complete waste of money. When I was walking around, I saw people who were sitting around with their like Nintendo DSs and their PSPs playing games and doing nothing else. Very young people, by the way, and all I kept thinking was, you spent all of that money to sit here and essentially do nothing. And I was really bothered by that, and I don't think PAX should have... First of all, I don't think PAX should allow people to just sit around on the floor like that, because that's just silly. I think if, you're running a game event, I don't think people should be allowed to do that because it's a very bad look. It looks like a bunch of lazy people sitting around, because it's basically what they were doing, is bunch of lazy people sitting around. And I don't think that, the tabletop RPG thing and the card game thing should really be there either. Like, I don't mind having vendors for it and maybe like a few tables to test it out, but to have like 30 some odd tables devoted to that. I just think that was completely ridiculous to have that there. And, if I go to PAX, that's not what I'm looking for. People are looking to meet other people. People are there for cosplaying. They're there to buy, distinctive merchandise. They're there to test out games. It shouldn't be there. It just shouldn't. I mean, I get that it's a game, but it's not. It's a whole different kind of gaming culture that I don't think should be there. Um, Especially for PAX too, because PAX is a pretty important event and it focuses on such a wide variety of things. It's like all of that space that was taken up by all those tables of a bunch of guys sitting, because it was mostly men, sitting around playing games for like 4 hours straight, could have maybe been given to like, some YouTubers who wanted to have, their own booth, maybe to promote their channels. I don't know, something like that. I mean, I'm not deserving of that, but there were a lot of people there who were. And, guys like Candy Moondy, Red Riot, and Panzer Dragon, they were given that meet and greet because they needed a spot to fill, and they had, saw these guys and were like, hey, you want to meet and greet? And they're like, absolutely. They got very lucky, but I don't think that happens very often. So, to me, it was a bad look. And I don't think it was appropriate for PAX to do that. And I don't want to make it sound like I didn't have fun at PAX or that I hated the event, because it's not the case, because I enjoyed it and I'm going back next year. But I think I am definitely going to spend my time differently, because I just, I have half the time I couldn't find a map of where to go. I didn't really know what the schedule was like necessarily. Like, my understanding is that apparently it was posted on the website, but I have a hell of a time trying to find that. And I think it was probably located in the app, but I don't own a smartphone and I'm not going to get a smartphone. And I think they should think about that, because not everybody has a smartphone and not everybody wants one. So you need to make things available in other ways. So, multimedia and all that jazz. So I was kind of, I was a little disappointed in that, but, next year I will definitely take advantage of panels and meet and greets and really getting in on the bigger events in the arena, because I would love to be part of a tournament if it's a game that I'm familiar with. If it's a game that I'm not familiar with, then I'm not going to bother, because I'm not going to be sitting up there embarrassed that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, because that will happen to me. But, if it's a game I'm familiar with, then yes, I would love to be part of a tournament. I mean, my goal is not to win, but my goal is to at least look like I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, but anyways, that's basically how I felt about PAX. It was a really good event. I really enjoyed it. There were things that I think definitely could have been better, but that didn't make it a bad event. That just means that there are some things that could be improved. And yes, I filled out the survey, and all of my thoughts I definitely said in the survey, because that's how I am. It's like, okay, you want my opinion? Here you go. So, anyways, if you went to PAX and you've come across this vlog, then go ahead and let me know in the comment section what you thought of it, what you would like to see, in the future in PAX. Do you have similar thoughts to me? Did you absolutely enjoy everything, which is perfectly fine? Basically, any kind of input you have, go ahead and share it, because that's the point of this video, basically. Channel updates and then PAX, because, yeah. So anyways, I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I want to thank you for your support. Hopefully in the future I will get all of these bizarre webcam functions out of the way. Good God, that is blurry! Hey, if I sit farther back, it kind of behaves itself. Does it just not like me to be close? Wow, I get blurrier the closer I get. Wow. And see, if I sit really far back, does it make a difference? It makes a difference. That's really stupid. Well, whatever. Anyways, so thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then feel free to subscribe, comment, and like if you want to see more. So I'm going to put this 30-minute video to a close. Again, thank you guys, and as always, I will see you in the next vlog.